What's up, ShineOn? Jim Cremella here, coming at you with a very special edition of Shot of Espresso with selling high ticket items. I know we are all excited about the launch of the Everlasting Love necklace, and it is coming at you really, really soon. So I wanted to do a real quick guide on some of the nuances, some of the changes that you would want to do to sell a high ticket item versus our normal. Now, to be honest, our regular sales, this their normal message card stuff that sell anywhere between $50 and even $90. I've seen as high with the mahogany box variant on it. Um, those are relatively high cost per purchases anyway. But this guide is specifically for if you want to sell above $100. This particular necklace, we're recommending an MSRP of $199.95 as a low end. But obviously, you want to split test that. We are in the holiday gift giving season, so people are usually a little bit more liberal with their budgets at this time of the year. So if you can sell the quality of our necklace, of this necklace, which is absolutely gorgeous, solid gold with pave diamond sets, which are real diamonds, in a pave setting, which are absolutely beautiful, is definitely worth a little bit more than 200 bucks. But we're doing that as an MSRP, so you're free to do what you will with the pricing. The base cost to our sellers is $125. So that means even if you just go off of our MSRP, you're looking at a potential profit of 75 bucks per unit, which means for you to profit, you need to be able to sell this for under $75 cost per acquisition, which is cost per purchase. So let's dive into some of the differences that comes with selling something expensive like $200, $300, what have you, versus a normal $50, $60, $80 item. So what are the biggest differences? Well, on average, because your cost per acquisition is probably going to be higher than your normal, anywhere from 25 to 40-ish dollars cost per acquisition on a message card, you're probably going to be looking at 60, 70, 80 bucks if you have proper upsells and things of that. Cost per purchases, that's just the reality of it. That it's if you are selling a higher priced item and you're sending a bunch of traffic, there's not going to be as many people that are willing to spend $200, $250 for a necklace than they would if you consider spending $60, $70, $80. Okay, so on average, you will need a larger testing budget than our regular items just because the CPAs are going to be higher. Okay, so it is what it is, the higher price stuff. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get a CPA of 30, 40 bucks like we've talked about and like we do and see all the time for our message cards. However, I'm just letting you know that on average, you do need a larger budget, okay? Also, because of a higher price that this item is, you will need a bigger ad funnel, if you will, than a typical ad funnel for ShineOn print-on-demand products. What do I mean by that? Normally, you can get away with just conversion ads. If you have a conversion ad and you can get $5 for seedlings, 50 to 80 bucks for your seedling stage, and then go to scaling. Those all work what we consider to be top of funnel or TOF ads. So top of funnel, TOF are your normal conversion ads. Those are just your regular prospecting ads. No one has seen your item before. They just want to, they see it, they like it, impulse buy, they buy it. When you get above that psychological price point of $100, all of a sudden people stop impulse and start thinking. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because we want them to think. We want them to think what, right? We want them to think, man, this is really high quality. I can really get this solid gold piece of jewelry and diamonds for like 200 bucks. That's a fantastic deal. That's a great value. Okay? So we're getting out of that, oh, this is cheap or this is a good piece of jewelry for a cheap price to the mentality of this is high quality. Now, all of our things, all of our jewelry pieces are incredibly high quality. Our sourcing department does a fantastic job of only allowing in the very best of all the stuff we look at on a regular basis. So I'm not saying that we sell cheap jewelry. I'm just saying that gold dipped does not have as high a perceived value as solid gold, right? It just doesn't because it doesn't. So the perceived value is the true value. It's not as valuable as real gold. So you want to have a full funnel. So that is incorporating top of funnel for your prospecting ads, which is a huge key component. middle of funnel, which is also, this is going to be where you pick up a lot of extra sales. And then bottom of funnel, it used to be that's where your super high ROASs lived. Since we live in a post iOS world, they're not nearly as effective, and I'll explain why once we get to the bottom of funnel section of this video. But you still want to run them. You still want to pick up as many sales as possible. They're just not as profitable as they used to be. So a full marketing funnel: TOF, MOF, BOF, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. So what is top of funnel? Well, that's our testing phase, okay? And if you followed along with other shots of espresso and you've seen the farming method, which I'm becoming more and more of a fan of as I tested, and we found one that it's scaling and it's doing everything that it's supposed to be doing. So I'm very excited about that. So you want to take your top of funnel ads, and it's basically the exact same setup, still $5, because what are we doing here? In the seed stage, I'm not testing for whether or not this product will sell. I'm testing whether or not this product is liked by the market. And we try and find the right market, so then I can figure out, well, if these people are clicking on it and I got a high click-through rate, then that means this particular interest of Facebook really likes this product. Then I can go in and incorporate the other types of ads and the other ad strategies that we're going to go through in this guide to get that sale, to convince them to get over the hump. So you're still going to get, some people will buy on the initial top of funnel ads, and you're going to get a whole bunch of people to buy on the middle of funnel, and then you'll get a couple extra people on the bottom of funnel. And then those combined will give you a profitable ad campaign, okay? So your seedling phase is going to probably be a little bit longer, and potentially you're going to have to spend more money to figure out, okay, this audience in the seed stage showed interest in our item, and now the seedling is showing, okay, we've got a sale, but you don't really want to scale, like go to from a $50 budget to $100 or $1,000 budget on one sale, right? So if you have a $50 budget and you have one sale, and you know your profit margin is $75, even at the MSRP price, and you have no other upsells, which you should absolutely have other upsells, plus you should have shipping, plus you should have cross sells. So, you know, those things need to be added to your funnel to really get that AOV as high as possible. So if you have $75 in gross profit and you have one sale for a $50 ad set, well, you just made money for the day, right? But if you run that for multiple days and now you've gotten one sale per day, all right, there's some traction there. Maybe we can start scaling up to like a $200 budget or a $300 budget and really put it to its test. When you figure out what your average CPA cost is for this higher priced item, that will really determine what your scale budget needs to be. Because to reach stability, and I don't even know if stability really exists on Facebook right now, to be truthful with you. Even on my scaling stuff that's working well, I have to recycle those ads every 4 to 5 days. And what I mean by that is Facebook doesn't track much of anything. Like it tracks about half of our actual sales right now. So we do use our UTM tracking to fill in the blank so that we can really see, okay, this one is polling, this one's not. And really see where the accurate data is. So if you are not using UTM tags, you absolutely need to, because since the outage in October 4th or 5th, whenever it was, the ads manager's gotten even worse from an attribution standpoint. So keep that in mind. Use UTM tags, or invest, if you can afford to invest in something like Hyros or a competitor of Hyros, to really see what the true sales data is. But realistically, UTM tags work just fine. So anyway, so once you are moving to the seedling stage, you want to figure out what your CPA is. So if we use on average a $50, so when you start a new campaign, you're not going to know what your CPA is because you don't have any data on it, right? So you just have to pick one in the dark. Realistically, I would love to have my CPA on this necklace be $50 or less. So I'm going to do a $50 CPA. So when I do my seedling budget, instead of $50, I have to do 2 to 3 times my CPA to give it a real chance to see if it'll work or not. So that means I'm looking at a budget of $100 to $150 per ad set or per campaign, depending on how you set it up. If you're going to do a CBO 111 campaign, then that's $100 to $150 for each campaign you do. So if you want to sell this product, I invite you to sell this product, make sure you allocate enough budget for this. If you're on a shoestring and you're pinching pennies and you're like, I want to make this work, Etsy is my go-to, I would like to test Facebook ads. Realistically, you don't want to start selling this type of product. Not because it's not right for you or you don't deserve to sell big items, it's just a numbers game. You need a larger budget to sell a higher priced item. Okay? There's a lot of profit margin in this necklace. Necklace is beautiful. Okay? It's super high quality. It's totally worth selling. But if you only have $1,000 and that's your entire testing budget or less, it's probably not the first product you would want to test on ads. Just being realistic with you guys. Okay? So if you have the budget, then you want to send it to $100 to $150 a day, basing on a target CPA of $50. Now, once you actually run real traffic on it, if you have the right message card and the right audience, and it just hits, like sometimes they do, they just hit, then obviously your CPA is going to be much, much lower than that. I think you can get a $40 CPA on this, which means you're banking $35 on a low end per unit sold, so that's fantastic. But it's up to you. You guys may blow my metrics out of the water. I don't know yet. Middle of funnel, MOF. Okay, so you want to create multiple audiences to capture your middle of funnel people. So what do I mean by that? Custom audiences are people that they watched your videos, assuming you're doing video ads, they've engaged in your page or your posts, they've clicked on the CTAs, or they viewed the page, the actual product page. So we'll get in. So those are things that they've expressed an interest in your product, but they haven't added to cart. All right. So video views is only relevant if you're running video ads. If you're running image ads, those are not available to you. It's one of the reasons I recommend running video ads as much as possible. Even if it's taking a bunch of still images and putting in a slideshow, or taking a still image of the phrase and just doing like a slow pan or something with like a camera angle to create some form of movement. Or if you really just want to go super basic and you want to get video views, they're not going to be very high quality video views, but you could stick a single image in a video editor and just let it run for 30 seconds and it just be that still image. That would technically get you a video. But since there's no movement and it doesn't really change anything, that video view is not necessarily going to be that great of an audience. However, if you do get a 95% view audience off of that and someone watches a still video for 25, 30 seconds or however long your video is, whatever 95% is, that usually means that they're reading the phrase. So that could be a good sign, something for you to split test. Page engagers, these are things on the Facebook page itself. They also have them for Instagram. So it depends on if you're doing heavy Facebook or heavy Instagram for your ads. But you would want to focus on the ones that are post engaging, because you want them to engage on your specific post, not just like your page. All right. CTA clickers would be the same thing. So when you're doing page engagers or CTA clickers, that's call to action. So if you have a shop now button or learn more button, if you're not using shop now, you need to. It's the best performing for our type of funnel is shop now. Those are people who actually click that button. Now, if you're running on a store or platform or an ad account you've run stuff in the past, you only want to create these custom audiences for the look back period that you've been running this particular necklace off of. Okay, so if you've got a week's worth of data, then go the last 7 days, and then after the next 7 days, create a new one for 14. Right, so you don't really care about the old people 180 days ago. You only care about the most relevant people. Why do I say page views instead of view contents? Page views is like a universal free pass, if you will. So even after post iOS, Apple allows Facebook to get one event across to all users, even if you opt out of tracking, and that's page view. So that's why I recommend page view over view content. So you would just go to create your custom audience, select page view. You can do 30, 60, 90, probably 30 days would be what I would do, 30 days. and then narrow it to the content ID of the Everlasting Love product. Okay? So you want to focus just on that product. You don't want your whole store, or if you're on platform, you don't want it on other products that you've run on that same domain and that same pixel. You would want to focus it on the same, on the one specific content ID, which you can pull if you have the Facebook ad helper in there. When you go to your product page, whether that's on platform or on your Shopify shop, you can go and go to the Facebook ad helper, which is a Chrome extension, click it, and then click under the page view event, and you'll see content ID. And it's going to be anywhere from like 7 to 9 digits. And it's just going to be a number. You click on that, and then you put that in there, and that's that particular product. Bottom of funnel. The audiences you're focusing on here is really just add to cart. You added to cart, but you didn't purchase, with a 7-day time frame. Okay, very narrow, 7 days. You're not going to go out to 60, 30, 60, 90 or anything like that until you've got a ton of data on it. So you would want to do a 7-day look back period, and just focus on add to cart without any purchases. Okay. So what type of creative, what type of content do you want to run here? And the type of content is, for top of funnel, is the same stuff we've always run. Phrase focused, because we know the phrase sells. Obviously, the necklace here is going to look awesome, and then your product page needs to really push and sell the quality of that product. Okay, so phrase focused to get them interested in it, top of funnel. Middle of funnel, you want to focus on the quality of the necklace, so that certificate that will be on there, the image of the certificate will be on there, saying that it's solid gold, that these are real diamonds in a pave setting, P-A-V-E, and with a little accent thing over it. So a pave setting, and really focus on that high quality. And not just high quality on the necklace, obviously that's going to be a big selling point, but high quality on the fact that super fast shipping, we get it out to you, fantastic customer service. So really build the quality of the offer in middle of funnel. In addition, you can do UGC style of both images and videos on this as well. Those should be in all of your stuff regardless, whether it's top of funnel, middle of funnel, or bottom of funnel. The more user-centric, more native-looking ads always tend to work better on Facebook, so definitely test those out. UGC style, obviously, if you haven't sold any yet and you don't have a real UGC, get a friend, a family member, spouse, what have you, to shoot it and give some, reaction to it and see if they really like it, and use that footage for your ads. Bottom of funnel, you want to focus on the value of the offer. So look at this fantastic phrase. Look at this amazingly high quality solid gold with diamond piece at this fantastic price, okay, shipped from the US, receive in 3 to 6 days, and then add, maybe you get a little incentive to a discount on top of it, and then you can follow it up with some more UGC videos as well. So this is how I would break up my content when I'm running this particular product. Or any high ticket product, this would be what we do. We focus on the hook for top of funnel to get people interested. For us as print-on-demand jewelry people that are primarily either doing graphic pieces or your message card pieces, those are going to be your phrase and your design, right? That's our hook, if you will. It's catching them off guard and presenting them with a phrase that gives them that emotional tie, if you will. And then middle of funnel, we focus on quality. Like, we don't sell crappy jewelry. And then with this particular product, we definitely don't sell crappy jewelry because it's real gold with real diamonds, okay? And then UGCs, because people's reactions that just adds to that social proof element. That, hey, this is a real product, this is a real company, and they really like it. And I bet you my wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, grandma, granddaughter, whomever, right? Like whoever can wear that particular necklace would love it too. Bottom of funnel, you focus on the pricing, because that's usually if you think about it, these are sort of the roadblocks or objections to purchasing. So it's like, I don't like the product. Well, top of funnel should solve that. Is this really that good of a product? Is it worth $200? Well, that's what the middle of funnel is for. Yeah, this is a really high quality product. Bottom of funnel. I don't know. Is this a good price? Is this the best price I get it for? Should I start shopping this around? Um, could I find this somewhere else? Could they give me anything? Are you sure that this is really the best gift for 200 bucks that my wife, girlfriend's soulmate, whatever, would want, right? So those are answering their. You have to answer those objections. So it's like, is this right for me? Yes, this is the best option you have because of blah 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 blah. And that's where you guys got to come in with your creativity, okay? And that is it. That is how you sell fantastic high quality jewelry pieces. Okay? Hope that helps. If you have any questions, make sure you tag me specifically in the post. I'm happy to answer anything you got. I can't wait to see you guys blow this product up. We're super excited about it. It's our first solid gold piece, and hopefully it'll be the first of many to come. So this is Jim from ShineOn. Have a fantastic day. Stay shiny out there.